So what do we got for you today on this episode of Saber Sundays? We're going to talk about the once Jedi, now Sith Lord, Darth Tyranus, also known as Count Dooku. We're going to look at his saber next. Stick around.
Surrender, and your lives will be spared.
We will not be hostages to be bartered, Dooku.
You're gonna pay for all the Jedi that you killed today, Dooku.
No!
Master Yoda.
Count Dooku.
Kill him. Kill him now.
Welcome back. I'm glad you guys are joining us. Today we're going to look at Count Dooku, also known as Darth Tyranus. Now we know that Count Dooku was once the Padawan of Master Yoda. He then decided to leave the Jedi Order for a number of different reasons and started to learn the ways of the Sith under the tutelage of Emperor Palpatine, also known as Darth Sidious. He was then given the name of Darth Tyranus, and he kept the same saber, but he changed the crystal inside. His original Kyber crystal color, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was blue, and I'll put some information up here for that. But then once he became a Sith and started learning from Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, he then changed it to red. And that's the saber we're going to look at today. So this is one of the few sabers that has a much larger case. This saber case is wider and deeper as far as size-wise because of the shape of this saber. Now this is one of two saber styles that we get that has a curved shape to it. The other one being the Asajj Ventress sabers, and those are also curved, but because of the design difference in this one, this required a larger box. The one for Asajj Ventress, however, comes in the standard size, or came in the standard size saber box. So go ahead and open this one up and show you what we've got. And this is one of the most unique and elegant looking sabers. Probably one of my favorite designs, only second, if second, to the Mace Windu. So we're going to go ahead and take this one out and take a look at what we've got here. So, this is your Darth Tyranus, also Count Dooku. So we're just going to refer to it as Dooku because that's what pretty much everybody knows it to be by, because he's only called Darth Tyranus once or twice, I think, by Emperor Palpatine or Darth Sidious. He was pretty much referred to as Dooku throughout the movies, every time that he was encountered by either Anakin and or Obi-Wan. It's definitely got a different design, a different shape. I really like the way this one is made. It's you know, with the curvature to it, and Count Dooku's fighting style, his saber style was very similar to that of someone, you know, that studied fencing or saber techniques from back in, you know, the Renaissance time. You know, a gentleman, you know, a crap, what's the word I'm thinking of? I'm trying to think of a noble, if you will, from back in the Middle Ages. So this particular saber, excuse me, I have heard some issues that people have had where pieces have come off. This little notch piece here that it's actually supposed to be for, you know, gripping purposes has come off. I've heard some people that have lost the little gold studs. But I mean, I've only heard a handful of those. I myself, as you can see, have not. Now, the biggest difference I think on some of that is I do not really play or fence or practice or duel or spar with any of the Legacy Sabers because, well, for one, they're not designed to do that. And two, because I really don't want to damage them in any way, shape, or form. I really like the way they are, and I want to keep them intact that way. So, with this, I think it's very unique how he has, you know, almost like a blade piece on the end, you know, where the actual blade comes out. It's almost like, you know, like a guard, I guess you could say, you know, for being able to slice through, possibly. I don't know if the one he has in the movie, this is actually sharpened or not. Or it could just be just the way he designed it. I mean, it looks really cool with the way it's designed. Your activation switch is here, which I do not believe is movie accurate. I'm not sure in the movie where his activation switch is at. I mean, it could be this goldish piece right here in the movie. It could actually be this piece here. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look and see where exactly when he pulls it out to fight both Anakin and Obi-Wan together at the end of Clone Wars. You know, where he activates it. I mean, it could just be, you know, an activation there on this piece here on the end, you know, when he grabs it and holds on to it, you know, just for the way it is, because he brings it out and he, you know, has that little flip of the wrist with it. So, got your end cap, and what I've noticed with a lot of these end caps is the design, and I know you really can't see inside there very well, but the design inside there tends to look a lot like the logos, or similar to the logos on the boxes in some cases. Some of them they don't. I guess it all depends, but I know they try to make them look very similar to what the emitter side would be on the Saber. So let's go ahead and take a look with our Jaymoo how the coloration looks on this. Get this locked in, and very similar sound font to that of Darth Vader. This one is very sensitive, and I'll move back a little bit, compared to some of the other ones that I've gotten. You know, it's still not smooth swing by any means, but I mean, the fact that I can flip my wrist like that and it gives us a sound is really good. I mean, that's a lot more sensitive than, you know, your Luke or your Obi-Wan, some of the other ones. But you can see how, you know, it's got the blade piece on there that looks really nice. You know, coming off of where the blade itself would come out. So, wow, that is a lot more sensitive. So that is what you get with the Count Dooku Darth Tyranus Saber. Now, weight-wise on this one, we're looking at 1 pound, 15.1 ounces. So it's literally less than 1 ounce off of being 2 full pounds. It is one of the heavier ones. It's not quite the heaviest. I think this is like 3rd or 4th heaviest of all of the sabers that Galaxy's Edge and Disney has put out in their Legacy line. So it is on the heavy side. It is a little heavier than the other ones. But I mean, it's actually really nice. Now, with this one here, the battery compartment, and I was curious when this came out how they were going to do the batteries. I thought maybe just this end cap was going to come off right here. You know, there's got a screw on the end down here where the speaker's at, which has very nice speaker holes on the bottom. So I was kind of curious until I looked at the box and saw, I mean, essentially, this entire end piece comes off, where you have the belt clip wheel and everything. So the actual battery chassis sits inside. It is another one of the ones with the sleeve on it, and that's mainly just so it'll fit nice and snug inside, you know, the end cap there. But you really, this one here has a small, and I know you probably can't see it, has a small notch that this little groove right here fits into, you know, for lining up. So I mean, it does stick out a lot whenever you go to put the cap back on to hold the batteries in place. And of course, you don't want to over tighten, because, you know, you got to basically line up the spine with this little notch piece there. Put the end cap back in here for the emitter side, and that is your Count Dooku, Darth Tyranus. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about this particular saber. If you have it, what's your thoughts? Do you think it's one of the better looking sabers? Do you like the design? Do you not like the design? What do you think about how Disney did it? How they made this particular one as far as comparing it to the way it looks in the movies? I'd love to hear, if you can, put a comment down there. I'd love to have a conversation with you about it, you know, to see what your thoughts are on there. As always, you know, I'd love it if you guys would please, you know, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell notification over here, just to be able to, you know whenever I put these videos up, because they pretty much are going up as they have been every Sunday until I get through all the sabers that I have, and then it'll be whenever new ones come available that I'm able to get my hands on. I'm still waiting on that Cal Kestis. We're hoping to get that here soon, and, you know, get the pre-order coming for the new version of the Jedi Temple Guards, which I think we're going to do that one here in the next week or so. I want to do the original Temple Guard, and then when the new set comes out in January, we'll do a comparison of the difference between the two. So, and I don't want to make the videos way too long as far as, you know, the original versus the new set. I'd like to do an original by itself and then do a comparison with the new set. Just because, you know, let's face it, you know, the video's too long, you guys might not stick around too much longer. So, with that, I do appreciate you guys stopping by. As always, you know, if you're on Facebook, give me that thumbs up, that like, follow, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And that way you'll know when these new videos come out each and every week. So, thanks again for stopping by. And as always, may the Force be with you.